Cat got picked first. And look at this, D'Angelo Russell. Wow. 2016, baby.
With the third pick in the NBA draft, the Philadelphia 76ers select
Jahlil Okafor from Duke University.
Pretty cool presentation and layout, man. I mean, for a 10-year-old game almost, they do a good job.
With the fourth pick in the NBA draft, the New York Knicks select
Kristaps Porzingis
from Latvia. With the fifth pick in the NBA draft, the Orlando Magic select
Mario Hezonja from Dubrovnik, Croatia.
With the sixth pick in the NBA draft, the Sacramento Kings select
Willie Cauley-Stein from the University of Kentucky.
With the seventh pick in the NBA draft, the Denver Nuggets select
Emmanuel Mudiay
from Dallas, Texas. With the eighth pick in the NBA draft, the Detroit Pistons select
Stanley Johnson from the University of Arizona.
With the ninth pick in the NBA draft, the Charlotte Hornets select
Frank Kaminsky
from the University of Wisconsin. With the 10th pick in the NBA draft, the Miami Heat select
Justice Winslow from Duke University.
With the 11th pick in the NBA draft, the Indiana Pacers select
Miles Turner from the University of Texas.
With the 12th pick in the NBA draft, the Utah Jazz select
Trey Lyles from the University of Kentucky.
With the 13th pick in the NBA draft, the Phoenix Suns select
Devin Booker from the University of Kentucky.
Oh wow, Booker, man. No way.
With the 14th pick in the NBA draft, the Oklahoma City Thunder select
Cameron Payne
from Murray State University. With the 15th pick in the NBA draft, the Atlanta Hawks select
Kelly Oubre
from the University of Kansas. With the 16th pick in the NBA draft, the Boston Celtics select
Terry Rozier from University of Louisville.
With the 17th pick in the NBA draft, the Milwaukee Bucks select
Rashad Vaughn from UNLV.
With the 18th pick in the NBA draft, the Houston Rockets select
Sam Decker.
With the 19th pick in the NBA draft, the Washington Wizards select Jimmy Sessions from UCLA.
Not bad, number 20 pick.
Let's do this, young man.
Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Frequency Vibration. Welcome aboard, young man. Welcome aboard.
Wow. Wow. This is bananas.
Take your time, baby.
Thanks, Mom. Okay, so I first want to thank everyone who made this possible. Mom, Dad, I couldn't have done this without you. I'd like to thank my lady Yvette. My dude, Vig.
Hey, yo, I got you, man. Hey, hold him in the building all day, yo.
Aye.
Yeah, I love you, man.
He's like my brother. Oh, gosh. And also, want to thank my sister, Cece, who is also my manager. Swish, love you.
I love you more.
And my agent, Mr. Don Pagnotti himself.
You're the man, baby.
I guess I will take some questions now. Yes, ma'am.
How did you get the nickname Freak?
A lot of people don't know this, but Freak is short for my very first nickname, Frequency Vibrations.
Yeah, true story. I like to introduce our mother so she could tell it.
Go ahead.
You know, Mama.
Tell her.
Mama.
You know, Mama.
Go get her, Mom.
Thank you, everyone. Frequency and Cece are fraternal twins. And so when I was pregnant, one of them kept kicking and jumping around all the time. So my husband, Pete, put headphones on my belly and played reggae music.
Hence the name Frequency Vibrations.
We shortened it to Freak.
How did you know who was kicking?
A mother knows. A mother always knows.
Are you ready for a photo op?
Yes. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the next NBA superstar, Frequency Vibrations.
Go ahead, son.
Thank you all for coming. We will be available for one-on-ones in the back. Good job. Well done.
Congratulations, son.
All right. You all know why we're here and what we came to do this year. This is only the beginning of a very long season, but Game 1 means just as much as Game 82. Now, we have some new faces here that I really expect to make an impact for us this season. We've already seen flashes of what they can do for us, but I expect all of you to go out there and execute just like we did in camp. Ain't no more excuses. It's time to get serious. If we play our brand of basketball, there's no telling where this team can go. So get out there, get warm, and let's go win this game.
Here we go. My first NBA game. This is something I've been waiting for my entire life. And to be honest, I'm a little bit nervous. But I know this is where I belong. So I just gotta get out there and do what I was born to do. I hope I can make my family proud.
Welcome, everyone, to a brand new season of NBA basketball. I'm sure you're as excited as all of us are here at 2K Sports as we get ready to start the season in style. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. This crowd is really ready to roar in this Eastern Conference matchup for the Magic. And, of course, Game 1 of the season gives them their first real look at the Wizards. Well, guys, they got swept in last year's series. You know, that's the first and foremost thing in their mind. as they look to turn the tables this time around.
And this game kicks off a 4-game season series between the two teams.
Two conference foes, guys.
First glimpse of professional basketball from Sessions.
You know, and what a huge moment this is for him. I mean, your whole life has been spent leading up to this, and finally he's going to get to take the court in the NBA. I mean, his mind has to be racing like a million miles an hour.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. I mean, there are all different kinds of pressure situations. This is about as nerve-wracking as it gets. But even so, I don't think it takes away from how much he enjoys it.
And for the Magic, Harris and Gordon, the athletic forward pair. Oladipo is out there with Watson, and it's Dedmon in at the 5 spot. And for Washington, Sessions in at shooting. Guard. Bradley Beal is out there with Jared Dudley, and it's Wall. Then it's Nene in at the 5, down low. Nene, the screen, dishes it to Beal. Down to 5 on the shot clock. They set the pick. Off the pick. It's Dedmon with the rebound.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
Harris outside. Feeds it to Watson. Three-pointer. Beal pulls it in. Wizards trail by 7. And the thing about Bradley Beal, when he suits up, the entire lineup becomes exponentially more potent. And a momentous occasion, folks, as that basket represents the very first official NBA scoring tabulation from Sessions.
You know, and there we have it, the first taste of this young man's scoring prowess, showing he can handle NBA defense.
That's exactly right. I mean, it's the NBA that's going to have to show it can handle him, not the other way around. He's ready.
They grab their own miss. Dedmon's shot is off. Washington's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Nice ball movement by Washington. And here we go with the Magic fast break. Harris with the ball. Watson's shot is good.
And, you know, going back to Bradley Beal, the bottom line is he's a winner. Last year, the Wizards went 8-9 with Beal out of the lineup. Hard to argue with those facts and numbers.
The feed to Dudley. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And when you talk about Bradley Beal, it's not just having him in the lineup that matters. It's having him at his best. When he's at 100%.
So it's both teams making substitutions here.
All right, we've got some work to do, but it's not too late. Let's put our stamp on the second half. Now, a few things. Firstly, our offensive output in the paint was really encouraging. But that being said, let's make sure we don't get too one-dimensional in the second half. I want us to get...
And the third quarter about ready to get underway.
Talk about great numbers for Humphries. 12 points, and he's produced.
And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin.
We got to forget about that one.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Welcome back, Ernie Johnson along with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Let's quickly move forward now to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Nikola Vucevic. He had just an outstanding fourth quarter performance. He really had the fire lit under him, and down the stretch, really having a huge impact on. And that's it for our broadcast here tonight, but we're just getting
We got Kevin Durant up next. And you know he'll come to play. I love his versatility, but that makes shutting him down next to impossible. Coach gave us a full breakdown of what to expect, and we watched plenty of film. But sometimes you just got to throw all that out the window and settle things on the court.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave over the land of the free?
Yeah, the presentation still holds up almost 10 years later.
Welcome to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg alongside. And our sideline reporter tonight is Doris Burke. The Washington Wizards come into this one after their win against the Hawks in Atlanta. Now, then for the Thunder, Steven Adams, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. McGarry comes in for Serge Ibaka. And Anthony Morrow subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Here is Durant. He had 19 points in the win against Phoenix.
And he also looked to attack at the defensive end of the floor. 3 steals in that game.
So the Thunder 5 right now. Morrow is the 2 with Durant the 3. McGarry out there with Steven Adams. And it's Waiters in at the point. Let's take a moment to look at the 2K leaderboard and see last year's high-scoring team.
On, and the points really started to pile up.
Washington leading now by 6. Now you look back on the Thunder last season, and the theme was injuries. Too many injuries to the bulk of their core.
And, you know, the big 3, Durant, Westbrook, and Ibaka, all missed significant time. Only Westbrook of those 3 was able to finish the season.
Oklahoma City's gone a meager 1 of 6 from three-point land since we got started tonight. There's a good screen. Passes to Morrow. McGarry kicks to Waiters. Offensive rebound. Second shot opportunity. And it's Adams getting it to go. And now just a 4-point Washington lead. Now here's Sessions. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Here's Neal, defended by Durant. 5 on the clock. Sessions dishes to Sessions. That misses, so no good on his first attempt of the night. Thunder trailing by 4. And Waiters kicks to Morrow. Now the feed to McGarry. Outside for Durant. Again, Oklahoma City.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Washington's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Sessions passes to Neal. Porter with it. McGarry on him. Nene down low. Adams defending and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
Well, I tell you what, Nene is a man among boys down low. Remarkable physical power. And he's also got a tough mentality about him. Just a real rugged individual.
And so Nene nails both of them. And getting back to Nene, an obvious inside player with great impact. He looks and plays like a man possessed. Yet through last season, Greg, he's never averaged as much as 8 rebounds a game.
And, you know, his true value is measured in intangibles at times, not just on the stat sheet. He does all the dirty work so others can shine.
Well, you knew something was amiss with Durant last year. They eventually shut him down for the entire season after he was injured, which was the safe thing to do, and Greg, the right thing to do.
Absolutely. When you have a franchise player trying to work back from injury, no need to try and get a few more games from him at the risk of derailing his career.
On its way from Neal for 2. The shot's good. Sessions making him pay. Neal's got his first points of the night. Thunder trailing by 4. 1:29 left to play in the first quarter. Raiders against Sessions. Knocked loose. Ramon Sessions with the steal. Plays it in off the breakaway. Now it's a 6-point Washington lead. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Wizards.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught them off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
And the other thing they've done well is they've run the shooters off their sweet spots. They've really closed out well and forced them to put the basketball on the floor.
Here's Durant. And again, Oklahoma City, no good.
For Durant, KD did try to return last season, but that foot just wouldn't cooperate, and that's when they had to shut him down.
One last thing with Durant's foot. Foot injuries can be a scary thing in the NBA. Along with knees, those are the injuries you don't want to risk anything with.
Well, last season, the Wizards fell off just a bit in the second half of the year. Still, Greg, very competitive at home.
Yeah, and their strong play at home helped them weather that storm, Kevin. I mean, they ended up going 29-12 here at the Verizon Center.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Collison's out there. And that one's good. Durant. Washington leading now by 6. Sessions dishes to Sessions. Kicks it to Porter. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
Neal. Shot is off. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Wizards out front. And John Wall spoke prior to the game. He talked about the identity of the Wizards team.
Defensively, just being that gritty and grimy team that...
The Wizards not exactly, Clark, the first team that you think of when it comes to gritty and grimy team defense, but maybe he's really got a point. And the first half comes to...
Yes, Kevin, I'm here with...
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. Freaks checked in for Chris Humphries. Adams, he's checked in for the Thunder. Oklahoma City trailing. So the Thunder 5 right now. On the perimeter, it's Waiters and Durant. The rugged duo of Ibaka and Adams in the middle. And it's Westbrook in at the point. The Wizards have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Beal with it, and it's Waiters picking him up. Outside, Wall. Pass to Sessions. A 3-ball. Waiters grabs the miss. The Thunder have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. And finished off by Westbrook.
I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is the 2 points, not the dramatics.
Oh, come on, Clark. He had to go for it, didn't he?
Yeah, but hey. He's an athlete, and I can't fault him for that one, although if he missed it, I might have.
And Dudley kicks to Sessions. Beal, the pass to Gortat. It's stolen by Adams. Wall against Westbrook. Pass to Adams. Up and in on the layup. Adams has got the lead up to 4 now for Oklahoma City. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Thunder.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
Yeah, I think you also have to give them a lot of credit for how well they've risen up to meet shooters to challenge shots in this game. A lot of blocked shots tonight. Boy, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip. They've got a battle inside.
This game has been a battle, and maybe they're starting to just run out of gas a little bit.
Westbrook with the bucket.
I mean, he was great in his last game, Clark, and clearly he has not lost that love and feeling.
Sessions dishes to Gortat. Again, the Wizards good for 2.
Yeah, that's asking a lot from that defender.
Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, he just doesn't have the size to really be effective in that kind of matchup.
Now Durant. 21 points in the game. Raiders on the wing. No one near him. Rebound by the Wizards. Gortat's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Dudley with a screen on Westbrook. Here's Wall. Another one falls for Washington.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those. You know, and Billy Donovan, the Oklahoma City Thunder, were able to pull him away from the college game last season, signed him to a 5-year deal in the middle of last year's playoffs.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Thank you, guys. I got a chance to hear what Randy Whitman was saying to the team. He told Nene that he wants their offense to run through him. Coach has a lot of faith in him offensively and let his players know it, insisting that he be at the forefront of what they do at that end of the court from here on out. Those are likely not the last adjustments they make today, guys. There's still time left in this one. Back to you, Kevin.
Always great to hear from you, Doris. And for Billy Donovan, we were talking about him. He had been with Florida for so long, the Gator program built by him. It'll be a big change. He had been thinking about it, though, before. He almost took, remember that great The Magic job back in 2007?
You know, there was a change of heart for him with the Orlando gig. And Donovan's done nothing but win at Florida, and he'll have that same pressure to succeed with the high expectations with the Thunder.
Outside, Wall. Shot off the pick. No one near Sessions as he lets it fly. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Wall's got 6 assists now in the game. Thunder trailing by 5. Westbrook with it. He's picked up by Wall. Teardrop shot. Washington with the rebound.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Tries a 3. Sessions, no good. Thunder have gone a somewhat subpar 4 of 10 on their shots in the second half so far. And Waiters kicks to Adams. And it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession here.
Yeah, that's a super defensive play. If that gets through, no doubt they score.
And that's why he sold out for it, because he knew he had to make that play. He wasn't going to let them get the advantage.
Looking at who's out there now for the Wizards. Gary Neal comes in for Beal, and Sessions subbed in for John Wall. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. Morrow's checked in. Adams' shot is good.
That's really told the story today, guys. I mean, throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and then finish.
More active and more physical down low. That's what's really been the difference thus far.
Nene into the lane. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. And Nene, a guy with an incredibly strong start to his career in Denver, the first Brazilian to ever be selected in the first round. Voted, as you may recall, to the NBA All-Rookie team.
Yeah, and came into the league just a tremendously raw talent. Really developed faster than a lot of people expected, but what has been the case for him is the injury bug. I mean, the knee, the foot, shoulder, Achilles, you name it, he's had it, and it's hindered his career somewhat.
And cancer. He's beaten cancer.
That's a very good point.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg.
And the thing, Greg, about Marcin Gortat, he's not a high flyer. He's not a super flexible athlete, but he's one of the best centers in the league because he's tough. And he's worked hard on developing his skills. and he always hustles.
Yeah, and he fights for position down low. A terrific screener, does a lot of that dirty work. And he's also very good at passing the basketball. You know, a lot more skilled, particularly in the pick and roll, than maybe people give him credit for. He can hurt a defense in a surprising number of ways.
And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
And here's a look at some stats for Westbrook. Coming off a terrific season. First in scoring, second in steals, and of course he was also top 5 in assists. With his court vision, one of the league's premier playmakers.
Yeah, and that's what made him number 1 last year. You can't stop him, and you really can't contain him.
And the basket by Morrow.
Talking about Gortat, he was a late second-round draft choice in 2005. His first 4 years in the league, highly underwhelming. Now, over the last 4 years, he's averaged around 13 points, 9 rebounds, and 1.5 blocks per game. Those are good numbers.
And getting back to Marcin Gortat, his dad was a successful light heavyweight boxer in Poland, so clearly you see where the toughness comes from. And Marcin's mom was on the Polish national team in volleyball, so you know where the blocking and ball skills come from. I guess we'd have to call him a chip off the old blocks.
Chris Humphries has checked in for Washington. Collison, the pass to Durant. The shot's good. Collison making the play. 24 points for Kevin Durant.
Of all the guys you want to leave open out on the perimeter, he is the absolute last guy on the list. Attention to detail. Know your personnel.
Here's Sessions. And the shot no good, a bit short. And it's Oklahoma City's ball. They're on an 11-3 run. It's Durant on the wing. And Durant gets double teamed. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Westbrook. Nene pulls it in. Nene's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Sessions dishes to Nene. And Neal kicks to Humphries. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
How about battling through the impact there and then willing that basketball in?
Boy, it does your heart good to see that kind of determination in a player. Really excellent focus that time.
Enes Kanter's checked in for Oklahoma City. Dishes it to Durant. Floats one up. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It's on Nene. He's off on the first. One of the most dominant players in 2014 was Kevin Durant, of course, winning the league MVP. Then last year, cut short. We know that he's now on a mission to get back to that level, and Greg, it's hard.
Yeah, you know, it all came down to health for Kevin Durant. And at this point in his career, I mean, he's got the maturity. He's developed the skill set. He's just got to stay on the court. And really, when you talk about the game of basketball, the rest will take care of itself. He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
There's the pick. Feeds it to Morrow. Westbrook against Sessions. Westbrook passes to Kanter. And that one is stuffed right through. Guys, what a back-and-forth game this has been.
You know what? You're right. Neither side has been able to hang on to the lead for any kind of time at all.
And that's already resulted in 7 lead changes.
Nene dishes to Sessions. That drops. Sessions has got 5 points now this quarter.
You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
Humphries with a screen on Durant. The pass to Nene. Takes it from 10. Takes a big height bounce and goes in. Nene's got 13 points.
Exactly what they want right there. Continue to get good looks.
Westbrook against Sessions. Left side Westbrook. Shot left block, and the jumper falls for him. 18 points for him. 7 seconds left in the third quarter. On its way from Neal for two. No good on that last second attempt there. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of... And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first three, Washington making some changes. Gortat has come in for Nene. And Freak subbed in for Chris Humphries. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. McGarry comes in for Kevin Durant. Sessions, he's in at shooting guard. Bradley Beal is out there with Jared Dudley. And it's Wall, and it's Gortat in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. The dish to McGarry. Wall with the steal. And here's the fast break. Beal leading the way. He kicks it to Sessions. Kept alive by Washington. Wall wide open. That's tipped. Beal missed it, even after all those chances. Beal against Westbrook. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Westbrook's got 16 points here in the second half.
They're straying away from the three-point game here in the second half. And that's fine as long as they're on the lead and they're getting good shots. They've decided not to take nearly as many three-pointers in this half.
It's the first, and that brings them within 5. Wizards making a switch here. Nene's checked in, and then for Oklahoma City. Durant comes in for Mitch McGarry, and it's Waiters in for Steven Adams.
Those were critical foul shots because we're at the point now where they can't be missing any of those.
The drive by Cantor. That is good. Cantor's got the lead up to 6 now for the Thunder.
What a passing display he has put on here tonight.
Yeah, he's spoiling us, Greg. I mean, there's just another fantastic dime drop right there. That one certainly should make the highlight reel.
Sessions up top. He's guarded by Waiters. 5 to shoot. Lets it go from deep. Sessions, no good.
You know, the ill-advised threes isn't how you want to close the gap. They've got to have better shot selection.
Westbrook kicks to Ibaka. Good. Nice assist from Westbrook. And now an 8-point Thunder lead.
Well played right there. I mean, there's no question who has the momentum.
Greg, the lead appears to be heading north, if you will. So far in the game for Gortat, 11 rebounds and 1 steal as well. It's been a really complete performance for him today.
And Clark, he's made a huge impact at both ends of the floor.
.103 left in the game. The Thunder leading by 6. Passes it to Waiters. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
No question he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
And so both free throws are good. And it's an 8-point game. Washington's gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on 3-point attempts here in the fourth. Wall against Westbrook.
Move the ball.
It's stolen by Ibaka. Westbrook kicks to Durant. And again, no good by Oklahoma City.
And even though he missed that, you have to take those shots when you get the opportunity.
Exactly. They don't come much better or easier than that.
Count that one. 26 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Waiters with the ball. And so they foul intentionally.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
But there was no time really to be selective. Stopping the clock was the priority.
And he does get the second one, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
Get ready to go, Wizard Girl!
Here's Sessions. And the miss, not the best shot selection there. The feed to Payne. Trying to find Canner. Gets it to him. So it's Oklahoma City picking up the win.
Russell,
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we have the opportunity to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Russell Westbrook. He came out of the locker room at halftime and was immediately on fire. That third quarter was his, and he did not hesitate to exert his will.
When you're facing Westbrook, you're always going to have your hands full. And tonight, he proved that once again. There's only one thought going through Russell's head. Attack, attack, attack. I know that was 3 thoughts, kidding.
He was an artist with the basketball tonight, guys. Just a ridiculous amount of assists for him in this game. The way he moved the ball around the court, making sure everyone had their hand in the offense, was superb. That's how you play the point in this league, ladies and gentlemen.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports Group, this is Ernie Johnson saying good night, and we'll see you again soon. But
What a life, eh, freak? 1 minute you're playing 21 and horse on the courts in Harlem, and the next moment you're in the showroom, configuring the gunmetal and graphite exterior of your luxury car and your iPad Mini. Oh, I bet you get a crazy crowd when you drive that car around the block in the old neighborhood, huh?
Yeah, living the dream. Bad pandemonium. But folks from back around the way are real proud of me.
Yeah, I hear you.
Tell you about Vic. He has his bad rap. It's not, and I understand some of his judgments might shadow his.
Big road trip coming up for the team, and it all starts tonight. If we can set the tone with the win here, it'll make a huge difference. The team's ready, and I know I'm ready. So I guess the next step is to just get out there and get it done. I feel like this one's on me.
It's the Pelicans at home for a little interconference action in New Orleans. And get ready for another dose of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, and here with me tonight, Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke reporting from the sideline. Taking a look at Washington. They just haven't been able to buy a break lately. 5 of their last 6 games have been losses. There's 39 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Here's Cole. He's covered by Sessions. Perkins with the screen. Here's Cole. There's the basket and make it a double-digit lead. Cole's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Now Sessions. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. He's had a few chances at the line, 1 of 3 in the game. Free throw good, Sessions. He hits both from the stripe. 12 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Cole. The dish to Davis. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And that does it for the first quarter. Pelicans on top. And here's Freak on his experience as a one-and-done college player. Now with more and more freshmen, Clark, making the jump to the pros, we can expect to hear more stories like this, I'm sure.
Well, without question, Kevin, that's the case in the landscape that we find ourselves in. But, you know, there's something to be said for developing all 4 years in college when that's the best route for an individual player. Nowadays, I think, unfairly so, there's a ton of pressure on young guys sometimes to leave prematurely. We'll see if Freak's decision pays off for him long term.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from New Orleans?
Defense paying huge dividends for them through the first.
Excellent hustle, and you know the coach has to be pleased with that effort at the defensive end.
So this is how the floor looks for the Wizards starting the second. Sessions, he's in at shooting guard. Chris Humphries is out there with Otto Porter Jr. Then there's Nene, and it's Sessions in at the point guard.
I mean, he was great in his last game, Clark, and clearly he has not lost that love and feel.
Wizards trail by 10. You look at what Anthony Davis has accomplished so far in his career, the historic comparisons. I mean, they're mind-boggling. For a kid 23, Greg, the historic comparisons are very favorable for him.
I mean, he's been compared to a young KG and Duncan quite often. But in his first few seasons, his numbers look the most similar to Hakeem the Dream. And that's about as good a company as you can get.
New Orleans leading by 8. And Cole kicks to Anderson. And there's the pass to Ajinça. The turnaround. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Ajinça's got his second bucket.
Well, he knew how many inches he had over the guy. I mean, let's face it, good decision to just rise up and take the jump shot.
No one near Sessions as he lets it fly. That falls. Great assist by Ramon Sessions.
Not sure how he gets that pass off. I thought for sure he was going to pull the trigger.
Pass to Anderson. Out left to the wing. Here's Cole. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Sessions dishes to Sessions. There's the bucket. Good. Now just a 5-point Pelican lead.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
And he gets it to go.
You know, his ability is matched only by his energy, guys. I mean, he's usually in the middle of everything for his team.
Sessions passes to Sessions. Nene, the screen. In the corner at Sessions. Humphrey sets a pick for Sessions. 5 on the clock. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And that's a good place to start if you're going to try to find your way back into this game. Get to work on the glass. Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
Nene, the screen. Washington gets it back. Pelicans leading by 9. It's Anderson with the drive inside. Ajinça. Another shot. And it's Humphries with the rebound. Humphries has got 3 rebounds now in this one. Humphries sets a pick for Sessions. He feeds it to Sessions. No one near him. And another miss by Washington.
And you really thought that was going to be a gimme, but unable to convert.
Yeah, and a little self-talk. Angry self-talk for himself after that miss.
And Cole kicks to Davis. And they double up Davis. Deep two from Anderson. They get the rebound. Pondexter, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdowns for the Pelicans. Changing it up. Alexis Ajinça comes in for Omer Ashik. And it's Anthony Davis in for Quincy Pondexter. And a new group getting ready for the Wizards. Nene, he's checked in for Gortat. Humphreys comes in for Jared Dudley. Otto Porter Jr., he's checked in for Bradley Beal. And Freak subbed in for Gary Neal. For the New Orleans Pelicans, their last game a loss to the Boston Celtics.
And listen, you have to take advantage of the freebies. And on that night, they did not. And that is why they just could not recover.
Exactly. I mean, they left too much cheese at the foul line. And in the end, it mattered on the scoreboard and cost them.
Here's Wall. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
And guys, there was a time where people wondered if John Wall could be a team leader. Well, that question has been answered and then some. Unquestioned leader of the Wizards.
Anderson, he's checked in for New Orleans. Coles comes in for Drew Holiday. Well, and for Wall, Greg, and leading the Wizards, it did take some time. Now he does so much, Clark, for the franchise.
On and off the floor. He's really the face of that franchise and has a chance, in my mind, to be an MVP candidate at some point in his career and is living up to the #1 draft pick hype.
And here's Sessions. 5 points in the game. Humphreys dishes to Nene. And that one's good. Nene's got 4 points now in the quarter.
I love how he used his height advantage on that shot.
And he had the nice soft touch with it, too.
Here's Cole. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. And it's Davis at the elbow. Can't hit from the elbow.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested. Here, Alexis Ajinça has checked in for Ashik. Anderson comes in for Tyreek Evans. And it's Norris Cole in for Eric Gordon. And a new group getting ready for the Wizards. Chris Humphreys has checked in for Gortat. Gary Neal comes in for Jared Dudley. Freaks checked in for Bradley Beal. And Sessions subbed in for John Wall. Davis is out there with Anderson. Then it's Alexis Ajinça. Then it's Holiday. And it's Cole in at the 2 spot. That's the Pelicans 5. Sessions against Holiday. He kicks it to Ajinça. 11 feet away. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Ajinça's got 6.
He really made that mismatch pay off. A defender giving up that much size isn't going to be able to put up much resistance near the basket.
From deep, Neal. That falls. Great assist by Ramon Sessions.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
And Holiday kicks to Anderson. He dishes it to Cole. Out to the right wing. Holiday against Sessions. Now here is Holiday. He's got 8. Sessions with it. Sessions with a screen on Holiday. Pass to Sessions. Puts up a 3. And the Wizards hit again from deep.
That's 2 straight quick 3-pointers they've allowed.
Defense just not reacting with enough aggressiveness.
And Holiday kicks to Davis. Good. Davis has got 21 in the game.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
Sessions passes to Sessions. That doesn't go in either for Sessions. New Orleans leading by 11. Ramon Sessions with the steal. Nene, right side. And so the ball out of bounds. Davis touched it last.
Wizards ball.
Let's pop over to our 2K leaderboard to see which power forwards and centers have had the most productive last month offensively. Anthony Davis, number 1.
That is major productivity in the paint. I mean, they would love to get more and more of that from him going forward, because a scoring big man like that, guys, it's never easy to come by.
Especially not one with the arsenal of moves this fella has. He's mastered the art of low post offense, and no matter what look the defense throws at him, he typically has a counter.
They set the screen. It's Anderson with the drive. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Holiday's got his 6th assist on the night.
And for the Pelicans last year, they were at their best when they had great ball movement. Very tough to guard their team when the offense was so active.
Feeds it to Davis. The 3 from Anderson. And again, New Orleans with the triple.
And chalk up a few more points for him there. This has been a one-sided game in just about every area.
Absolutely. I echo that sentiment. Their offense, their defense. I mean, it's all been terrific.
Sticking too much.
Sessions up top. He's got 8. There's Neal with the 3. Good for another field goal. Number 5 in the night. 5 for 10 shooting.
Their 3rd three-pointer in a row.
Adjustment time for these guys. The defense has to make some adjustment here.
Davis sets a screen. All alone. Again, the Pelicans score.
And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
There's the screen. Sessions with a screen on Holiday. A floater. Sessions got room. Can't get it to go. And New Orleans will come the other way.
With the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be. Firmly in control of this game.
And no doubt about it, rebounding is an effort stat, folks. They've been more determined than their opponent thus far.
And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. Well, nobody really knew, Greg, what to make of Washington going into last year's playoffs. They came out strong with a big sweep against a pretty good Raptors team.
Yeah, how about taking them down 4 straight? And it was the first time a team has swept an opponent without home court advantage since 2011. Also was the first sweep for the Wizards in franchise history.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And it gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
Ryan Anderson taking 2 shots.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Here's Sessions. He's got 8.
Boy, it's been a tough go in terms of fouls for him. I mean, my goodness, he can't stay out of the way of fouls.
First trip to the line for him here.
And the free throws have been dropping for him at a rate of about 77% on the season.
And so Sessions nails both of them.
The story in the first half was their low free throw percentage. They've corrected that here in the second half, and hopefully they can build on it as this game continues to progress.
Holiday against Sessions. Now Holiday. Pass to Davis. And the shot falls short this time. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits. And we're rolling here again with the 4th quarter. Might not come down to the wire. For Eric Gordon. And a new group getting ready for the Wizards. Drew Gooden has checked in for Gortat. Oubre comes in for Otto Porter Jr. Freaks checked in for Bradley Beal. And Sessions subbed in for John Wall. So on the floor for Washington, Sessions in at 2 guard. Gooden is out there with Jared Dudley. Then there's Oubre, and it's Sessions in at the point guard position. 2 on the clock. The Wizards with another miss.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Some changes for New Orleans. Perkins, he's checked in for Asher. Pondexter comes in for Anthony Davis. And Cole subbed in for Drew Holiday. And here's Sessions to the right side. And Sessions kicks to Sessions. The feed now to Gooden. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two. Washington's offense last year looked solid on paper, but in reality, it was much tougher to defend against. They could hurt you in a number of ways.
And the Wizards, Kevin, could get you in transition, but they could also, as you mentioned, they could get you with their half-court sets. Top 10 in field goal percentage as well as three-point percentage last season.
New Orleans making a switch here. Agins is checked in. Screen by Perkins. Agins dishes to Cole. And that's a foul called on Ramon Sessions. That's his third foul of the game.
And, you know, for the Wizards, it wasn't just how they scored, but who scored. I mean, they ended the season with all 5 starters averaging double-digit points, and that's a rarity.
Chris Humphries has checked in for Washington. The basket counts and one. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area.
Dishes it to Sessions.
Stick it too much.
Kicks it to Gooden. Lets it go from 11. Perkins with the block. And so it looks like Washington will retain possession here. Here's Sessions. And not sure what he was thinking there.
And thinking back to the Wizards having all of their starting 5 scoring in double digits last year, those are the kinds of teams that coaches hate to plan against. Any given night, one of them can step up and hurt you, and you just couldn't plan for where their points were going to come from.
There's the pick. Sessions passes to Gooden. 5 to shoot. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And for Chris Humphries, last year was a chance to sign with a playoff contender. The Wizards turned out to be even more than that, with the 4th best record in the East. And Humphries helped them to get there, averaging about 6.5 boards per game.
The Wizards making a switch here. Porter's checked in. We're getting back to Humphries. He was rolling pretty good last season, but a late-season groin injury, Clark, cost him the final 16 games.
Yeah, terribly disappointing for Chris because he had become an important part of that front court rotation. He was up to almost 20 minutes a game before he went down.
Hey, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Pelicans?
A lot of times when they needed some easy points in this game, they've been able to get to the foul line and get them.
Another thing they've done tonight is work the ball into the paint for plenty of those close-range points. You got to have those.
And there's the foul. It goes on Ryan Anderson. That's his first foul.
You know, another point of contention between every NBA fan is whether or not the age restriction is a good thing. Some want it increased, others want it gone altogether. You know, for me, it's a matter of whether or not you as a team feel that that player can make an impact on your roster. No hesitation at all right there, just right up against a much bigger defender.
Man, and I love that fearlessness, that aggressive attitude. Boy, I love watching guys play with that kind of abandon and freedom, Greg. It's a beautiful thing, man.
Perkins kicks to Cole. Sessions with the rebound. And there are arguments, Clark, on both sides for the NBA and the age restriction it has currently right now. Having one seems to have helped the level of play overall, but I think there are some improvements that can be made.
Yeah, with the D-League coming into its own, though, Kevin, the discussion has opened up again. NBA teams used to not have a place for high school players. The D-League could serve in that regard now, but having a restriction is something that I think has helped the NBA. I actually would like to see it be 20 years old.
Me too. Last year, the Pelicans, Greg, pushed their way into the postseason. It was a neck-and-neck battle for that number 8 spot, as you recall, with the Oklahoma City Thunder.
And how about the excitement down the stretch? They were able to edge out the Thunder and Russell Westbrook on that just point binge down the stretch there. And what a final day that was. A big, huge win over the Spurs let them get into the postseason for the first time under the Pelican monitor.
Washington's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. The dish to Porter. There's the three. Rebounded by Ajinça. Ajinça's got his 4th rebound in this one.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
Perkins with a screen on Sessions. Jumper off the screen. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's going to be on Freak.
And as you said, I mean, New Orleans made the playoffs for the first time under the name Pelican. Unfortunately for them, they ran into the Warriors in the first round and were promptly swept away.
And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time.
And thinking back to the Pelicans' playoffs from last year, let a 20-point lead slip away in that 4th quarter of Game 3. But they played better than a sweep and got valuable postseason experience for that young roster.
Off the pick. And it's off the back rim, no good.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Here's Pondexter. He's covered by Sessions. Pondexter kicks to Cole. The pass to Ajinça. Makes it off the glass.
Yeah, just used his strength there to get the post position without much fight from the defense.
Yeah, I think he's got to do a much better job next time of just bodying up. Get some muscle into him.
Porter dishes to Sessions. Picked by Humphries. Now here's Sessions. He's guarded closely. Washington needs to get a shot off here. And the whistle blows as the basket counts and a 3-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Pelicans.
You know, a team can have a great shooting night without getting a lot of assists, but tonight, Clark, they had both.
They sure did. I mean, the ball was moving and guys were knocking down shots.
And it'll advance their win total up to 12 on the season.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
It sure is. It's just a 2-gamer since they're in opposite conferences, and you can bet they'll take the same approach right into Game 2 that they had tonight.
And while it's a team game, you can't win without guys showing up. And that was the case tonight for Evans. Every time there was a big possession or a big play, he was a major contributor. Just a great all-around game.
There's 48 seconds left in the 4th quarter of this one. Pondexter, the pass to Ajinça. Doubled by Sessions. 16 feet away. That one a little long. Here's Temple. Pass to Dudley. He feeds it to Sessions. 11 feet away. Can't hit. And it's the Pelicans taking it the other way. There's 21 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Here's Cole. He kicks it to Pondexter. From the arc. The shot misses.
Move it! Move it!
Now here's Sessions. There's the triple. Off target. So we see New Orleans taking the W here. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
Tyreek, obviously.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further ado, Tyreek Evans. He simply had a dominant 3rd quarter, and it quickly became apparent he wanted to And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game. For Shaquille
The only color I care about is green, money. Now, you've certainly made some money so far, Freak, but it's time we make more money. I'm talking movies, TVs, endorsements, even your own brand Jordan sneakers.
I care about the game first, Dom. All that sounds great, but don't you think it's a little too early to be talking about all that?
Too early? LeBron was 12 years old in 6th grade when he was thinking Space Jam. It's never too early to take and make leaps.
I guess.
You guess? This isn't high school. This isn't college. This is the real world. And the real world is fueled by one thing.
Oh, money.
That's right. Money. Dollar bills, y'all. Why do you think they put presidents on them? Because that's what presides over us. I ever tell you guys about the first dollar I ever made?
No, Dom, but you're about to.
Yo, check this out. CC, this is a great story, right? So I'm 7 years old, Queens, New York, 1973. My older brother, Lonzo, he's got a lemonade stand. So that summer, I'm like, Lonzo, let me help out. Let me make a couple of bucks with you. He's like, all right, Dom, come on.
Mr. Dom Pack.
I'm coming home. New York City, baby. I'll be honest, I'm pretty excited. Mama, Pops, and Cece, yeah, they're going to be there. Playing in front of them in the NBA uniform for the first time is going to be a special moment for me. Now, I know all of Harlem.
A night view of the East River set against the bright lights of New York City. Brooklyn, the home of the Nets, in a fine Eastern Conference affair here at Barclays Center. The Wizards here looking to pick up one game on the road before returning back to Washington. They're free-falling right now, piling up loss after loss. We'll see if they can bounce back.
Kevin, mentally, they're in disarray. They're a afraid group right now.
In for Bargnani. Hollis Jefferson's checked in for Joe Johnson. And Jarrett Jack has subbed in for Shane Larkin. And a new group getting ready for the Wizards. Chris Humphries has checked in for Gortat. Gary Neal comes in for Jared Dudley. Freaks checked in for Beal. And Sessions subbed in for John Wall. So the Wizards 5 right now. Sessions, he's in at shooting guard. Nene is out there with Humphries. Then it's Gary Neal. And it's Sessions in at the point guard position. Jack against Humphries. And Jack, here we go.
Oh, no. Not the guy you want to put on the line, Kevin. He's an ATM from the free throw line.
The Nets have knocked down 8 of 9 free throw attempts. I'd say those numbers read pretty well.
Taking 2 shots.
Both shots good from the stripe.
He has such terrific form and consistency on his free throws. Beautiful to watch.
Now Sessions. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Picked by Humphries. There's Neal with the 3. They get it again. Here's Sessions. Off target at the rim.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And so the first quarter is in the books. And a chance to hear from Bradley Beal. He came from a football family in St. Louis, but said his mother... Maybe some other NBA players should be practicing with Bradley Beal's mom, because she has definitely honed something special into him.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, but I'm not sure some of the more delicate NBA egos could handle her trash-talking them when she beats them in a game of horse. Bradley's not only got a special J, but he's got a pretty good disposition, too.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Wizards, guys.
They've won the effort battle, and that's allowed them to control the backboard.
And it's been gang rebounded. I mean, everybody has done a great job boxing out for him, and it's showing up on the stat sheet.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. Setting the floor for the Nets. Hollis Jefferson is out there with Young. Then it's Thomas Robinson. Then it's Jarrett Jack. And it's Bogdanovich in at the shooting guard position. Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Grizzlies had a nice performance. He ended with 7 points, and he was just about on target from everywhere, hitting from deep as well as sinking his free throws. We could see his role in this offense expand if he puts together more games like this one, guys.
Thank you, Doris. He was the player they leaned on that night. He didn't disappoint them.
Not at all. Came through in a big way. Whatever they needed from him, he was able to deliver.
Well, I think he actually gave them a little more than what they needed. Terrific all-around effort.
Here's Young. The shot no good. Some solid defense there by Nene.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Jack against Sessions. 6 on the shot clock. A leaner. Good on the jump shot. Washington leading now by 7.
You know, last season, Thaddeus Young was moved from Minnesota to Brooklyn, guys. A good move for everybody involved as he helped with the playoff push.
The shot by Nene, no good. For Brooklyn, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Here's Hollis Jefferson. A second chance effort, and that's 2 points on the layup.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
And that one's good. Sessions. Sessions has got 5.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
All right, now, I want everyone here at the Barclays Center to welcome to the court.
And a new group in for the Nets. Brooke Lopez is checked in for Robinson. Bargnani. Nets trail by 10. And Jack, here we go. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Washington's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. That's good. 6 points for him.
Right now, they've got that field goal percentage up in the low 50s.
Putting it together offensively, looking to build some more momentum.
Here's Young. And he gets it to go. Young's got 4 points now in the quarter. Here's Sessions. 5 points in the game. He feeds it to Neal. There's the dish to Humphries. Jack against Sessions. And here's Neal outside. The shot's good. Sessions making the play. Sessions has got 4 assists now tonight. Now the pass to Hollis Jefferson. There's a screen by Robinson, and it's out of bounds. The Wizards will take it the other way. And a good time here to go over our 2K leaderboard and see which point guards have had the hottest hand at the free throw line over the last 10 games. Jarrett Jack is second.
Well, if these guys can get to the line, there's not much question what the outcome's going to be. So it sort of prevents the D from being as aggressive as they'd like to be against them.
Yeah, because of their shooting ability, they get a little more space than the average point guard. Maybe they'll miss a shot from the floor, but if you send them to the line, those points are almost guaranteed.
And checking out some numbers for Sessions. How last month turned out for him, averaging about 7 points, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. And he's very steady with that second unit, running the offense and getting them into their sets.
Right. I mean, your backup point guard simply has to hold the fort, maintain the status quo, share the basketball, and minimize mistakes. And, guys, one thing that was obvious to me, last year the Wizards really matured as a team. I mean, they played as if they expected to win instead of a group kind of coming into their own. I thought they just showed a lot more composure and maturity on the court.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Here's Neal. He's got 9, 5 to shoot. The Wizards need to get a shot off here. Humphries, no good.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And Jack, here we go. And again, no good by Brooklyn. And the first half is now in the books. Wizards.
Bradley, it's certain.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been a new group in for the Nets. Robinson's checked in for Lopez. Young comes in for Bargnani. Hollis Jefferson's checked in for Bogdanovich. And Jarrett Jack has subbed in for Larkin. And a new group getting ready to come in for Washington. Chris Humphries has checked in for Nene. Gary Neal comes in for Jared Dudley. Freaks checked in for Beal. And Sessions subbed in for John Wall. So on the floor for Washington, Sessions in at 2 guard. Chris Humphries is out there with Gary Neal. Then it's Gortat, and it's Sessions in at the point guard.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Passes it to Hollis Jefferson. Sessions against Jack. And he banks in the layup. Jack's got 12 in the game.
And how about the burst in that first step, just right to the rim?
Humphries with a screen on Jack. Sessions. Good defensive work there by Young. Nets trail by 11. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time.
You know, the last few weeks, you see how Brooklyn stacks up here. 3rd in rebounding, 3rd in second chance points. And they're in the top 10 getting into the passing lanes and coming up with steals.
And you look at their ferocious rebounding. They're imposing their will, and you can see the results. Their physicality is yielding tremendous dividends.
Here's Gortat. Pass to Humphries. The 15-footer, and Gortat gets it to go in on the assist by Sessions. Sessions has got his 6th assist on the night. Outside Jack. Johnson in the corner. From past the arc. Good for basket number 6 from him in the contest. He's shooting 6 for 12.
Boy, I love the great assist that time by Jack.
Sessions with it. He's got 5. From deep three-point range, out of hand on it, and they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Nets trail by 10. To the middle, here's Johnson. Good, and Jack gets the assist. And that's 19 points for Joe Johnson.
He's really stepped it up this quarter. Looks like he's determined to get them out of this hole all by himself.
They set the pick. Here's Sessions. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Yeah, good job to take it right at them.
Yeah, really left him no choice there, Greg. He had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
You have to love the newest stadium in the NBA here at Barclays. Very state-of-the-art, outstanding facility.
Yeah, the Nets have a nice home here. I bet they wish they were stronger here at home. Finished under 500 last season with a record of 19-22.
Young passes to Johnson. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Clock at 6. Here's Hollis Jefferson. And it doesn't even draw iron. Now here's Sessions. D right on him. In the corner at Sessions. Buries it from three-point range. Sessions has got 8.
And, you know, guys, that 19-22 record here in Brooklyn certainly a stain for the Nets. I mean, they would be the only team to make the playoffs in the NBA last year with a losing record at home.
Now here's Johnson. He's guarded closely. Off target with the free throw line, Jay.
Well, I think he kind of alligator armed that one, short-stroked it. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot.
Here's Humphries, and the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a three-point play.
And with the Nets' struggles at home last season, they were simply outshot in this building. Also, they were the second worst in rebound differential at home, meaning they got killed on the glass here.
Nene, he's checked in for Washington. Robinson sets a screen for Jack. Shot from the top of the key, and it's good off the back rim and in. Jack's got 14 points.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Picked by Humphries. Nene, right side. Right block shot. The shot is off. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. They come into this one following the loss to the Mavericks.
And I know that's a game they'd like to forget. Sort of a tough day for them all the way around.
I don't see any reason they won't be able to rebound from it quickly, though. Quite honestly, I think this is a resilient squad, and they'll bounce back quickly.
That free throw, no good.
And Thomas Robinson has been on a lot of teams here in his short time in the league. Not easy to find a spot when you're always getting moved.
And for Robinson, the trades weigh on him as well. Clarkey said last season that he just wants to prove that he belongs here.
Well, you know, he's yet to find the right fit for a team, but the skill set is clearly there. I mean, he's an NBA player. There's no doubt about that. Looked great for Philadelphia near the end of the year as he got minutes with them.
Jack up on top. He's covered by Sessions. Jack against Sessions. And here is Jack. Thaddeus Young on the wing. No good. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Wizards lead by. And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story. Brooklyn making some changes. Johnson comes in for Thaddeus Young. And Jarrett Jack has subbed in for Bogdanovich. Then for the Wizards, Gortat's checked in for Gary Neal. And Freak subbed in for Bradley Beal. They've got Shane Larkin. Johnson is out there with Bargnani. Then it's Jarrett Jack. And it's Lopez in at the center position. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. 16 points for Marcin Gortat.
How about the screen that frees him up, though, for the jumper?
Johnson inside. He's guarded by Dudley.
And I bet you'll never see too many guys who can put forth an effort on the boards like this one, Clark.
Yeah, as a former outstanding rebounder myself, I can certainly appreciate what this guy is doing. An extraordinary combination of talent and desire is what allows him to do what he's done today. Great performance.
And the lead continues to increase. They are just playing flawless basketball at both ends.
Greg, I can't identify an area where this team has underperformed. I mean, they've been 5-star in every category.
Jack's shot is good.
He's been much more effective in the second half than he was in the first.
For the Washington Wizards, they come in off the loss to the Grizzlies. Wall dishes to Nene. That drops.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Here's Larkin. He's covered by Sessions and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Wizards.
You know, I thought maybe they'd cool off a bit at halftime, but they've continued to bury the jump shot.
Something we've also seen them doing tonight is getting the long ball to go down. Big points from outside.
And the Nets making a change here. Bogdanovich is checked in. There's a screen by Gortat. And Sessions kicks to Gortat. Brooklyn with the rebound. Bargnani's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Guys, Bargnani was compared to several other international players when he came out. Some said he was Nowitzki. Others thought he might be more like Yao Ming in terms of impact. Ming was the only other player taken 1 overall who had never played high school or college hoops.
And going back to international comparisons, Bargnani was keeping some pace with Nowitzki over his first 5 years, but that's when the injury bug laid into him, and that's not been the case.
You know, and Bargnani was really starting to play great on the offensive end, and defensively, he started to make an impact, but Nowitzki, on the other hand, just kept rising all the way to that true Hall of Fame status. Bargnani still searching.
Johnson with it. Picked up by Nene. Unloads from 13. No good from Bargnani.
Physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. That +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, not to mention what it says on the scoreboard. They're really pushing them around. Straight bully ball.
Here's Larkin. Johnson outside. Here's the 3. And that one's good. Johnson's got 22.
This guy's really flowing with his stroke right now. He hit one earlier, and now he has 3 in this half.
All right, now, I want everyone here in the Barclays Center to welcome to the court, your next dancer.
Thaddeus Young. He's checked in for Bargnani.
Thaddeus Young.
Wizards leading by 16. Wall passes to Sessions. Left side, Wall. And again, unable to change momentum here. Brooklyn's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Johnson kicks to Lopez. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. Watching Brook Lopez, he all the time contributes in every category. It's amazing the number of Clark ways he affects the game.
Deadly with the shot. Tremendous touch, back to the basket moves, facing up, makes free throws, good offensive rebounder, capable passer. He just makes things happen.
Out left to the wing. Stripped it away. Here's Larkin. Dishes to Lopez. Shoots from 14, and he connects with the jumper. Lopez has got 4 points in the quarter.
You know, as soon as he recognized the height mismatch, he immediately pulled up for the jumper.
And, Greg, that's just good basketball. Come on, good basketball there. Clean look from that range. He's got to take it.
And they've controlled the boards, and that's a big reason why they're controlling the lead.
Yeah, they've brought the sandpaper edge to their attack, really fighting and scrapping inside. A lot of grit and grind with these guys.
.146 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Larkin kicks to Lopez. Feeds it to Bogdanovich. Good.
Good possession there, resulting in an easy one down low.
1:35 left in the game. And Wall kicks to Gortat. Another steal. Here's Larkin. He's guarded by Dudley. Johnson wide open. He fires. And again, it's Brooklyn converting. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Nets.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
They have, but you also can't overlook how well they've defended the rim, as they've challenged every shot and also gotten quite a few blocks as well.
Clock at 4. Here's Nene. The shot's good. Sessions making him pay.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces, as it appears it'll be a nice win here for the Wizards.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Shot quality and better overall shooting.
And now, for the year, this is going to take him to 7 wins.
And so this victory tonight will give them the front end of what I believe will be a knockdown, drag-out season series, folks. They win the first of what will be 3 this year against the Nets.
And a great team effort, but still, what an individual performance for John Wall. He just looked like an orchestrator out there. His teammates kept running to the open spot, and he found them time and time again.
You got it. Let's get the ball inside.
Sessions dishes the wall, and that one hits back iron. Thaddeus Young on the wing. Connects from three-point range. 8 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Now here's Sessions. The tray offline. And so it's the Wizards with the W. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just what a tough-minded group they can be.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching. Now we send you to the award-winning Ernie Johnson, who's standing by in our studio.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time now to present our Jordan Player of the Game, John Wall. He delivered quite a star performance. Not uncommon, as we've seen him have this sort of terrific night many times.
The assists were coming fast and furious for him, man. Always sharp, crisp passes that led to easy baskets. You gotta love to see him play like that.
Things haven't been pretty for them lately, but his performance in this win is definitely a step in the right direction. He wanted this one badly. You could tell that right off the bat. He put his game into another gear and was playing angry tonight, fellas.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast.
I told you, Dom Pagnotti always delivers. Brand Jordan Freak prototypes. Open the box, check them out.
It's like Christmas and my birthday on the same day. Oh, Dom.
You love them?
I love them.
Hey, they're waiting for your approval for production.
Approved.
Approved?
Approved.
Done. I'll make the call.
In Pagnotti we trust.
I told you you'd love them.
Man.
Hey, I'm going to have you playing in those in 30 days or less.
Money. Oh, man.
Freaking and vibing. Freaking and vibing.
Freaking and vibing in these, baby.
Last game at home for a while. With the road trip looming, we can't look past the task at hand tonight. We got to go out there and get the fans behind us early on. No one wants to leave home on a down note, especially me. So I better put my money where my mouth is.
We're coming at you from the Verizon Center in beautiful Washington, D.C. as the Wizards prepare to take the court. Looking at Boston, they took a win in their last game against the 76ers in Philadelphia.
And what a luxury when you have depth. I mean, a lot of their scoring in that win came from their reserves. And make no mistake, they carried the load for that team.
The Celtics with the lead. On the court for the Celtics, Sullinger and Zeller are the duo down low. Isaiah Thomas out there with Evan Turner, and it's Crowder in at the 3 slot. Thomas gets a wide open look. Off target with his 3.
And Isaiah Thomas traded last season from Phoenix over to Boston. Seemed to be a matter of fit and not production as to why they moved him.
Boston's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. And he made it look easy that time.
The Wizards have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far. Free throw good, Sessions. So he gets them both. For Boston, they've gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. Thomas dishes to Sullinger. Pass to Zeller. Kicks to Crowder. Launches it. That's good. Crowder's got himself on the board with 3 there.
This has been a thriller. You cannot say enough about the way these 2 teams have competed.
All indications, Greg, are that this game is going down to the wire. I mean, I'd be surprised, actually shocked, if it ended any other way.
The Celtics have gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. Thomas against Sessions. Outside Thomas. Just 4 to shoot. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And guys, as much as Isaiah Thomas can help you on offense, at times he can hurt you on the defensive side. Immediately posted up by whomever he's guarding, you have to give help. And of course, that leaves your defense vulnerable, particularly on the weak side and controlling that defensive backboard.
Wizards making a switch here. Humphries checked in. Celtics also with a sub. Lee's checked in.
You don't see him have too many of those trips to the line.
Dishes it to Humphries. Wall against Thomas. Passes to Crowder. Thomas a screen. Over in the corner, Turner hits the 3-point bomb. Turner's got 9. Greg, you're talking about Isaiah Thomas before. Certainly his short stature limits him on Clark, the defensive side.
Yeah, but you know what? He doesn't rack up a ton of steals given his instincts and quick. I think he really focuses on making his impact at the offensive end.
And the Wizards making a change here. Porter's checked in, and then for Boston, Kelly Olynyk's checked in for Tyler Zeller, and Smart subbed in for Evan Turner. Wall wide open, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Well, some deep threats have really made their presence felt around the league lately. The 2-guard spot, these have been the hottest 3-point shooters for the last month. 5th on the list, Freak.
You don't have to be a great shooter to play 2-guard, but it does help. And pretty much all of these guys fit into that great category.
Yeah, that's safe to say. I mean, these guys don't know the meaning of cold streaks. They're either hot, red hot, or sizzling. Those are the kind of shooters they are from downtown.
Gary Neal's checked in for John Wall. Wizards trail by 4. Here's Neal. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. The Celtics have gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ballgame. Thomas against Sessions. Over to the left wing. A shot by Crowder, no good. The Wizards shooting an impressive 60% early. It's tipped. Crowder with the steal. And up the court come the Celtics on the break. Smart misses.
Well, one of his issues is he's a player that just does not excel at fighting through contact on his way to the rim.
Gortat, the pass to Sessions. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. Boston's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. Smart kicks to Thomas. Smart with the ball. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. And the shot falls short this time.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D. Alice position, you could see the frustration on his face. Almost an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender can't give up that much of a height advantage and expect to contest it.
Sessions against Thomas. It's blocked. That'll be Boston as it goes out of bounds. Celtics retain possession. Sessions checked in for the Wizards. And the Wizards are going with a whole new group out there now. So Boston going with almost an entire new group here. Zeller, he's checked in for Kelly Olynyk. Sullinger comes in for David Lee. Turner's checked in for Jay Crowder. And Bradley's subbed in for Smart. On the floor for Boston, Bradley and Turner filling out the perimeter. Sullinger and Zeller are the duo down low. And it's Thomas in at the point guard.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Jazz played some good basketball. He had 6 points, and the basket seemed pretty big to him. He didn't miss a whole lot all night. It was a great contribution from someone who is considered a bit more of a role player on his team.
Doris, thank you. Well, guys, he made play after play in that game.
Let's see if he can keep it going tonight. I say he does. I'll bet he goes off again.
That's a pretty bold prediction there. I mean, he's going to have to be very, very strong to even come close to dittoing that performance.
Taking a look at Avery Bradley, his career's been kind of up and down, Greg. Started out in high school where he developed into one of the nation's top prospects in high school.
It's a great point. And as a college freshman, really established himself as one of the top defensive guards in the country, won numerous awards, then enters the draft after only 1 year.
Wizards trail by 4. Dudley with a screen for Wall. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2. He's off on the first. Jay Crowder's checked in for Bradley.
Taking 2 shots.
And he sinks the second. Boston leading by 3. Outside Thomas. Feeds to Zeller. Outside Thomas. In the corner, Crowder with it, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thomas.
Now a moment to see the numbers for Isaiah Thomas. He's really stood out for them over the past month. He's putting up about 20 points per game, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. And with his ability to put the ball in the bucket, he has to be your primary focus defensively.
Defenses plan to stop him, but very few succeed. That's why he's the team's leading scorer.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved the layup with that foul, and make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
And so Nene nails both of them. Boston's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Thomas kicks to Sullinger. Now here's Crowder. Defense right on him. Back to Sullinger. Foul called that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And for Sullinger last season, further indication, Clark, that he needs to keep working on his conditioning.
And that was a concern coming into the league with Jared, is just how committed would he be to working on his body all the time and maintaining the level of conditioning that he needs. And injuries have been a part of that not being the case, but when he's out there, he's capable.
And talking about Sullinger, you wonder if he's been in the right scheme for the past couple of years. He's not a three-point shooter. He's a back-to-the-basket banger. You want proof? Only hit 28% from behind the arc last season, and that was his career high.
Here's Turner. Count that as his 7th field goal in 10 tries. He's shooting a very good 70%.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the league.
Wall against Thomas. And Wall kicks to Beal. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
You know, on the topic of Sullinger, guys, he said publicly that people are doubting him. And he's right. I mean, until he gets in better shape and stays that way, there will always be questions surrounding that part of his game. Hopefully for him going forward, he can be more Duncan than Diao in the way he treats his body.
And Thomas, here we go. Good. Thomas got 7 points in the game.
You know, he didn't need to make the layup complicated. I mean, it's not a trick shot contest, but he decided to go for a little extra flavor on that one.
Shot by Wall. The jump shot from the baseline is right on target. Wall's got his 2nd basket of the night.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
Thomas against Wall. Pass to Sullinger. A 3-ball. That's in there. Thomas with the assist. 8 points for Jared Sullinger.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the 3-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
Here's Beal. Again, the Wizards good for 2.
And started hot, and he's only gotten harder.
Boston's gone 4 of 8 tonight from 3-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. Sullinger, left side. Rebound, Washington. They put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
And what got them that win was the remarkable success they had from the floor. I mean, just a tremendous shooting performance all the way around.
Hey, you can't expect that kind of shooting to happen all the time on a nightly basis, but when it does, boy, does it feel good and look good.
Zeller grabs the board.
This is not the slam dunk contest. You don't get do-overs. You got to finish the job.
Thomas, no luck.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Beal can't get it to go.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
The pass to Zeller. Sullinger, a screen on Nene. Back to Thomas, and it's blocked by Sessions. Now here's Beal. He's got 11 from deep. That doesn't go in either for Sessions. Outside Thomas. In the corner, Crowder with it. That's good, and it's Thomas picking up the assist. Thomas got 3 assists in the game.
I'm not sure that was the play they had set up, but it was too good a look to pass up.
Wall dishes to Sessions. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own. Sessions, he's got 5 now.
Ladies and gentlemen, rise and center, give it up for your Wizard Girls.
And what hot hands have been coming from the ranks of the small forwards this past month. A look at the leading shooting percentages for those players. You take a look at Dudley, leading the league in field goal percentage. He always gets good looks.
And when you've got a player like him who can shoot that efficiently on the perimeter, it gives you a remarkably dependable option every time down the floor.
Boy, does it ever. I mean, he's a marksman from anywhere on the court, and it doesn't hurt that he works nonstop to get himself open either. I mean, he's constant motion out there.
Here's Beal. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Beal's got 11 here in this quarter alone.
You know, he's had better starts, obviously, but he's shaking it off here in the second.
Thomas kicks to Sullinger. There's the dish to Zeller. He feeds it to Turner. Sullinger the screen. Clock at 6. Turner passes to Zeller, 13 feet away. And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here. Washington making some changes. Mortat has come in for Nene. And Chris Humphrey subbed in for Jared Dudley. David Lee's checked in for the Celtics. From deep, Thomas. Washington with the rebound. Gortat's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Outside, Wall. 6 on the shot clock. It's Beal on the wing. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. Boston's gone 3 of 4 with the long-range bombs here in the second quarter. Screen by Lee. Here's Crowder. That's good. And it's Thomas picking up the assist. Thomas got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Washington trailing. Outside, Wall. Picked by Humphries. Wall attacking. Turner with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Boston. And the shot's good from Crowder. Crowder's got 7 now in this quarter.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
Wall dishes to Beal. And he gets it to go. Beal's got 15.
And really the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Now here's Crowder. He's covered by Sessions. The feed to Thomas. Fires the 3, and that one's good. Thomas got the lead up to 5 now for the Celtics.
Yeah, perfect release that time. I mean, I thought it might get blocked, but no.
Yeah, he was giving up a lot of size in that particular matchup, but showed the excellent ability to get off that shot despite the disadvantage in size.
And Beal kicks to Gortat. He dishes it to Sessions. Shot clock at 5. Picked by Humphries. Sessions passes to Humphries, and he gets it to go.
That was an outstanding pick that gave him the room to bury the jump shot. Underrated, but not undervalued.
Now here's Crowder. He's covered by Sessions. Pass to Thomas. 1:05 left here in the second. Jacks up a 3. Thomas with another miss.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Sessions no good. Celtics leading by 3. Thomas dishes to Crowder. He kicks it to Lee. Passes it to Thomas. Feeds to Lee. Plenty of space. Washington with the rebound. Sessions has got 4 rebounds in this game. And Beal kicks to Wall. Humphrey sets a pick for Wall. Score of the basket is 3rd after 5 shots.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
And here is Thomas. From deep 3-point range, no good on the buzzer beater. And with...
Well, a good...
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out away here in the 3rd. Chris Humphries has checked in for Washington. Freak comes in for Bradley Beal. Boston also with the sub. Lee's checked in. Sessions in at shooting guard. Gortat is out there with Humphries. And it's Wall. And it's Dudley in at the 3 spot. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington.
He's given them little to nothing at the offensive end. I can't put it any other way.
Celtics trail by 9. Thomas goes in. Shoots from the right block. Sessions with the rebound. Sessions has got 5 rebounds tonight. Dudley the pass to Wall. No one near Sessions as he lets it fly. And that comes off the assist by John Wall.
They've been splashing home those 3s since halftime.
Marked improvement in their shooting from what we saw to start the game.
Lee, a screen on Wall. Thomas dishes to Lee. Nice spin off the left rim and in.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Picked by Humphries, and Sessions kicks to Wall. The rebound by the Celtics. Lee's got his 6th rebound on the night. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Thomas goes in. It's good, and the Washington lead is cut down now to just 8 points with the basket from Lee.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Outside, Wall. Kicks to Gortat. There's a screen. Can't get it to go. And it's Boston the other way. Bradley kicks to Sullinger. Back to Bradley. Uncovered. Bounces high off the rim and drops.
There's been a change in his game compared to what we saw in the first half. I mean, he's scoring with a lot of confidence now.
Wall attacking.
And that 4th foul, guys, might force him to scale back the aggression from a defensive standpoint. He does not need, nor does the team need, number 5.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Washington.
Fellas, it's impossible to ignore what a good job they've done at the free throw line throughout the game.
Yeah, but they also never seem to get cold from mid-range. Just kept hitting those shots with consistency.
Tyler Zeller's checked in for Boston. Outside Thomas. Dishes it to Bradley. From past the arc. And he gets it to go.
It's really been a tale of 2 halves, guys. A slow start, but this quarter, he has really been the man.
Washington leading now by 5. Outside, Wall. With the teardrop, Zeller grabs the board. The Celtics shooting about 42% so far. Thomas passes to Bradley. Thomas dishes to Bradley. Lee kicks to Zeller. Money! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
And all of a sudden, that great run makes this a ball game again. And now is no time to take your foot off the gas. They have got to stay aggressive.
And, Greg, I think they will. I mean, they're close enough to taste it. So they're going to keep that pressure on and keep coming at it.
Pass to Sessions. From beyond the arc. The shot no good. Now Boston takes it the other way.
They have a chance to tie it up.
A 3 ball would do just that.
Upside Thomas from 15 feet away. And they need to stop the clock, so there's a foul.
And you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
Sure. It's not over. The clock is as much a problem for them as the score is right now, so they've got to try to manage it.
Taking 2 shots.
So he gets them both, and it's a 5-point game.
Those free throws are the nail in the coffin, guys.
Okay, guys, we are up, but the game is far from over. Let's extend the lead. Freak, you got the hot hands. Let's keep this going out there.
Here's Thomas. On the wing, Turner. From outside the arc. Back to Thomas. Jacks up a 3. Cannot hit.
And that's not the best of shot selection there. The defense definitely won that possession.
Yeah, I think in that case, you've got to go elsewhere with the ball. You just can't rise up over the top of him when he's on you.
And so it's the Wizards with the W. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, and they got pushed down the stretch, but they did what they needed to do and held their ground when it mattered most and got the W.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Congratulations on the win, Bradley. We saw your...
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaq and the John Wall.
He had a very nice night from the field tonight, shooting over 50%. That smooth, soft touch was working for him tonight, no matter how.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson saying good night, and we'll see you again soon.
As I was saying, got a real big problem. All this kitty stuff. Your evil twins, CC and Dom, got you doing Vet, what was that word he was using?
Rebrand?
No.
Some people say you're just a hanger-on.